We are about to witness the absolute destruction of a legacy family bond, and the fallout will be catastrophic. Let us set the stage for this massive domino effect. We all know that Drew Kane has been slowly but surely recovering from his paralyzed state, while Willow Kane has been desperately scrambling, making unholy alliances, and relying on Nina Reeves to secure Jack Brennan's blackmail evidence. She has entirely underestimated the man sitting in that wheelchair. If you ask me, Drew has been playing possum, gathering his strength and waiting for the exact right moment to strike. Imagine the sheer terror when Willow realizes that Drew not only has his mobility back, but he has somehow managed to secure the entirety of the evidence against her. Every deleted text, every forged document, every single piece of her manipulative scheme all resting in the palm of his hand. But Drew is not going to just march into the police station. No, that would be far too easy. He wants psychological warfare, and he knows exactly who the weakest link is, Nina Reeves. Drew's next move is where the first domino falls, and it is a masterclass in emotional manipulation. He corners Nina, the woman who has been frantically trying to protect her daughter from the consequences of her own actions, including pushing him into the freezing lake. Drew makes a chilling proposition. He looks Nina dead in the eye and tells her that he will drop all his vengeance against her. He will not pursue any charges for her attempted murder, but only on one condition. He demands that she stop protecting Willow. He tells her, if you really want to make amends, stop saving Willow. Your cover-ups made her who she is today. Guys, just let that sink in. Drew is using Nina's own crushing guilt against her. It is a brilliant, vicious, hidden agenda disguised as a pursuit of justice. He is forcing a mother to choose between her own freedom and her daughter's salvation. This ultimatum plunges Nina into an absolute crisis of conscience. For decades, this woman lived with the grief of losing her children. She spent 20 years in a coma, woke up to a world of pain, and fought tooth and nail to build a relationship with Willow after the tragic loss of Nell. Now, she is being asked to be the architect of Willow's downfall. I can already see the sleepless nights, the pacing, the tears. Nina is trapped in a vicious cycle of her own making. If she continues to cover for Willow, she is only enabling a monster. If she exposes her, she loses the daughter she fought so hard to find. It is the ultimate tragic dilemma. But what if I told you that Nina's overwhelming desire to truly fix her mistakes finally overrides her blind maternal instinct? Let us take a trip down memory lane, guys, because the historical irony here is absolutely staggering. Nina Reeves knows firsthand what it feels like to be betrayed by a mother. We all remember the wicked Madeline Reeves, a woman who literally drugged her own daughter, put her in a 20-year coma, and stole her children, all in the name of greed and control. Nina has spent her entire adult life vowing that she would never, ever be like Madeline. She promised herself that she would be the ultimate protector of her children. So, for Drew to force her into a position where she has to turn on Willow, it triggers every single ounce of generational trauma Nina carries. She is terrified that by testifying against Willow, she is becoming the very monster she despised. But the crucial difference, and this is what makes this theory so compelling, is the motivation. Madeline destroyed Nina for money. Nina is destroying Willow to save her from a life of irreversible corruption. Let us fast forward to the theory of the courtroom scene, because this is where the second domino crashes down and shatters the entire landscape of Port Charles. Picture this. Willow is sitting at the defense table, wearing her usual saintly congresswoman facade, completely confident that she is going to walk away scotangent-free. She thinks she has outsmarted everyone. But then, the courtroom doors open. In walks Nina Reeves. The gasps in the gallery would be deafening. Nina takes the witness stand, and with a trembling hand, she hands over everything. The texts, the financial documents, the undeniable proof of Willow's hit-and-run cover-up, and her plot to permanently silence Drew. Nina lays it all bare. She exposes the entire unholy alliance and the dark, manipulative scheme that Willow has been running for months. The reaction from Willow would be nothing short of explosive. The mask of the sweet, innocent legacy family princess would completely melt away, revealing the dark, vindictive core we have all suspected was hiding underneath. Imagine Willow being handcuffed right there in the middle of the courtroom. She turns to her mother, her eyes blazing with absolute, unadulterated hatred, and screams that Nina betrayed her own flesh and blood just to buy Drew's forgiveness. Willow would paint Nina as the ultimate traitor, but Nina, with tears streaming down her face, stands her ground. She looks at her furious daughter and delivers the line of the decade. I am not betraying you. I am stopping the destruction of your life. It is a powerful, gut-wrenching moment of tough love that will echo through the halls of General Hospital history. But here's where the domino effect takes a wild, unexpected turn that nobody saw coming. How do you think Carly Spencer and Michael Corinthos are going to react to this? For years, Carly has despised Nina. They have been locked in a bitter feud over Sonny, over Wiley, over everything. But in this scenario, Carly witnesses a mother doing the most agonizing, difficult thing imaginable for the sake of true justice. I firmly believe that this will be the turning point for Carly and Michael. They will actually support Nina's decision. Carly, of all people, knows what it means to make impossible choices for your children. By throwing Willow to the wolves to save her soul, Nina finally proves that she can put the greater good above her own selfish desires. Michael and Carly will begin to view Nina through an entirely different lens, setting the stage for an unprecedented shift in the legacy family dynamics. Carly Spencer's reaction is going to be the talk of the town. For decades, Carly has been fiercely protective of her own children, often crossing legal and moral lines to keep Michael, Jocelyn, and Morgan out of trouble. When she sees Nina take that stand, Carly is going to have a profound moment of self-reflection. She will look at Nina and see a distorted mirror image of herself. Carly will realize that it takes a staggering amount of strength to let your child face the consequences of their actions. The fact that Carly and Michael, the legacy family titans who have historically destroyed anyone who crossed them, would stand behind Nina is a twist that will shake the very foundations of this show. It proves that even the most vicious cycle of hatred can be broken when someone makes a truly selfless sacrifice. And what does this mean for Michael and Willow's marriage? If Michael sides with Nina and acknowledges that Willow belongs behind bars, that marriage is instantly reduced to ashes. The unholy alliance Willow thought she had secured with the powerful Corinthos family will evaporate. Michael has spent years defending Willow, putting her on a pedestal, and treating her like a fragile saint. To see her exposed as a ruthless, calculating criminal who fled the scene of an accident and tried to permanently silence the father of her child will break his heart, but it will also open his eyes. Michael will have to look at the mother of his children and realize she is no better than Nell Benson. The vicious cycle of Corinthos men falling for deeply troubled, manipulative women continues. Meanwhile, we have to look at the man who orchestrated this entire collapse, Drew Kane. Drew achieves the ultimate victory without ever getting his hands dirty. He watches the destruction of Willow Kane from the sidelines, his hidden agenda perfectly executed. True to his word, he does not press charges against Nina. He tells her that he will not seek further revenge, but he delivers a final, chilling blow. He reminds Nina that just because he forgives her legally, it does not mean the emotional wounds are magically erased. Drew walks away the moral and legal victor, completely cleared of the embezzlement charges, free to reclaim his life and his daughter, Scout. He is cold, calculated, and absolutely victorious, leaving Nina to sit in the ruins of her family. We must also analyze how Drew Kane reached this point of absolute emotional detachment. This is not the happy-go-lucky Navy SEAL we once knew. His time in WSB captivity, the torture, the isolation, and then coming home only to be betrayed, shot, and nearly drowned by the people he trusted has fundamentally altered his DNA. Drew's manipulative scheme to pit mother against daughter is a survival tactic he learned in the darkest corners of the world. He realized that in Port Charles, playing the noble hero only gets you a knife in the back. By forcing Nina to do his dirty work, he maintains his pristine public image while ruthlessly eliminating the threats to his family. It is a brilliant, albeit terrifying, evolution of his character. Nina's character arc here is arguably the most profound we have seen in years. She transforms from a desperate, clinging mother who would lie, cheat, and steal to protect her daughter into a woman of tragic integrity. She has to live with the crushing guilt that she is the one who sent her own daughter to prison. Every time she visits Pentonville, she will have to look at Willow behind thick glass, knowing she put her there. But this immense sacrifice is also her redemption. By doing the right thing, she slowly begins to earn the respect of Michael, Carly, and the rest of the Legacy family members who previously shunned her. Nina loses her daughter, but she might finally find her own soul. Let us talk about Willow Kane, sitting in a Pentonville prison cell. This is a woman who has thrived on the adoration and protection of powerful men. Take that away, strip her of her designer clothes, her congressional seat, and her Quartermain mansion comforts, and what is left? A very angry, very dangerous woman. If you ask me, prison is not going to rehabilitate Willow. It is going to harden her. She will spend every waking moment in that cell stewing in her hatred for Nina, blaming everyone but herself for her downfall. She will form new, terrifying, unholy alliances behind bars. The sweet nurse we once knew is dead and gone, replaced by a hardened criminal plotting her ultimate revenge against the mother who put her away. The dominoes have fallen. Drew has his freedom, Michael has his harsh reality check, Nina has her tragic redemption, and Willow has a prison sentence. But in the world of Port Charles, no secret stays buried, and no grudge is ever truly forgotten. If Willow is left to rot in a cell, convinced that her own mother is her greatest enemy, what kind of monster will emerge when those prison doors finally open? Will Nina's desperate attempt to save her daughter's soul actually be the very thing that pushes Willow past the point of no return?